Hey, welcome out to the shop today. In a hand tool workshop, it's very critical that you have very sharp tools. It's not only important for your safety, but also get very clean cuts. For sharpening, you can do some very simple steps. One of the easiest and cheapest methods that you can go with is just by doing a scary sharp system where you just have a piece of tapered glass or something flat like a piece of granite, and you can spray adhesive down and stick sandpaper to it and work off it that way. After that, I stepped up and started using oil stones. This oil stone was bought at a local Home Depot or Lowe's or something like that, and it's very cheap. It was like about $15 or so. This worked really good. The next step I ended up taking was going with whetstones. I ended up getting this combination whetstone from Xmasses, and it is a combination 1000 and 3000 grit. 1000 is the red, 3000 is the white. Now another alternative is using diamond stones or actual stones like an Arkansas stone, stuff like that, and you can use those as well. After you get done using your stones, the next step you should take is honing. The honing process can also be done during use with just a quick few swipes on your leather strop and getting right back to work with your chisels or anything like that. It also helps save the blade. You don't have to sharpen the blades as much or your irons as much if you just use your strop and just give a clean a few swipes on it and move on with it. Today we're going to be building a strop holder that can actually be hooked right onto your workbench, and you don't really have to fiddle around with it, but I'm also going to include a handle. That way, in case you want to use it on your lap or sitting down, you can take it and just use it that way. Let's go ahead and get started. For today's project, I'm just going to be using this piece of pine from a antique wood flooring place that reclaims the floors, and I'm just going to cut off a section, probably about 15 inches. That way I can get a good length here on my workbench. Now that we've gotten this edge completely flat and the top side completely flat, the bottom side is fairly well flattened, which is okay with me. It's got this one little, like a little run in it, but that's okay. This side is what I'm worried about. So what I'm going to be doing now is getting my width, and I'm just going to take the skinniest part, which is right here, and just make it the same all the way down. So what I have here is 3 1/4. And up here just over 3 1/4. So I'm going to get a marking gauge, set it for 3 1/4, and then plane that little edge down. So now that we've gotten it all squared up, both sides are square, the ends are square, now we're going to be making it for where I'm going to be pegging it into the workbench. So what I need to do now is find the center mark or close thereof to where the edge of the table is, and that is 11 inches. So now I can go on the back side, mark up 11 inches, and then find the center as well. So that's 3 1/4. So that's right there. We can double check it by measuring it to the other side. So now what I need to do is drill a hole in here for the dowel I'm going to be using. Now the size dowel I have here is 3/4 inch, and it'll slip right into this hole, and then this will hook onto it. That way when I'm using chisels or something like that, I won't have to hold this. I can just be able to put it in the hole and pull back and forth or whatever, and not worry about the board moving. And there you have it. There is your Strop board that you can use for your chisels and your irons. This is 3¼ inches wide. The leather piece is about 3 inches exactly. It's just a little bit shy from the width in case you are a little bit hanging over. I made it a little bit smaller than the board. Now the good thing I like about this is that it's got the hook on the end so that it won't move, and it hooks into one of your dog holes in your bench. And then if you want to use it for a knife, it's got a thumb hole right here, and I rounded over this edge right here. So say you have one of your carving knives or something like that, you can easily just go back and forth on it and sharpen it and hone it that way. So I don't have any compound on here right now, but if you had your chisel, you would just be able to line up your bevel, and then you could pull it forward, backwards, and then you wouldn't ever have to worry about it moving. It would just be stuck right in the bench by the dog hole right here. And then, like I said, if you just have your carving knife and you decide that you want to sit down, instead of sitting at the bench having it hooked in, you can actually rest that peg right into your belt area, and then you can use the Strop that way, and it is actually quite comfortable because I rounded over the edge, and you got your thumb hole to hold it. So you could even hold it against your side like this and go back and forth, hold it against this way. So there's all sorts of different varieties of ways that you can use this. This is a very quick and simple build and solution to have your own leather on a stick, and it's very cheap. I got these leather pieces as scraps. This was a bigger chunk, and I was just able to cut it down. have it bolted through. This is flush on the back side, so I don't have to worry about scratching up the workbench. So if you guys enjoyed this video, go ahead, hit that thumbs up button. As usual, subscribe if you guys are new to the channel. Share the videos all around on social media. And if you guys would like to help support the channel even further, I have created a Patreon and you guys can go help me there. Every little bit helps. It brings in new projects throughout the year, and I'm hoping to have a lot more projects like this. I'm planning on doing a bench hook project, other things like that, bookcases this year, end tables, all sorts of things. So if you guys would like to help support, you guys can go to patreon.com in the description down below, and share this around, give it some use, try it out. Just a dowel, a board, some leather, and a bolt. You guys can have your own setup ready to bring your sharpening to the next level. So if you guys would like more detail as well on honing, leave the comments in the comment section below. Let me know if you guys would like a video on that specific thing, and I'll shoot one for you guys. But I hope you guys had a great 2016 and have a great 2017, and we'll look forward to more videos. Thanks for watching, guys. I'll see you on the next one.